This one particular job was a bank, and in this bank I had to work in. It was several duties that I had to perform. One was being a teller. The other was to walk around inside this supermarket and to actually try to get people to open up checking on savings accounts. I also elevated up to where I was selling mutual funds. I didn't sell stocks and bonds or anything like that, but I was able to sell mutual funds. I didn't get licensed to sell stocks and bonds, but working in the bank was kind of funny because I was around so much money, and in my mind I was always thinking, how could I get away with taking some money from out this bank? I don't know why this stuff was on my brain. I don't know, maybe it was a childhood, not having much growing up, but that was always on my mind. I worked at this bank for like 2 years. So there was this one particular incident that actually started this snowball effect of me, borrowing money from this particular bank. So I'm at a different branch because they needed help for the day, and I'm doing some transaction. This lady, she's doing multiple transactions. She's cashing a check, she's making deposits, she's making withdrawals, she's doing a bunch of different things. So I'm handling all her transactions, but the last thing I forgot to do was to give her her check. I actually cashed the check, but I didn't give her her money from the check. I did give her money because she made withdrawals. She made several withdrawals and deposits, so she was getting all these transactions, but I forgot to give her her paycheck, and I didn't notice that till after she had left. So after she had left, I noticed that I didn't give her a paycheck. It was like 1080 and some change, and I tell you, the devil was in me because I was not trying to tell nobody. I don't even think that was a pay week for me, so I was probably broke. So I was like, I seen an opportunity. So I took that exact change, whatever her check was, 1,000, I don't know, $1,080.14, whatever that was, down to the penny. I removed that from the drawer and I stuck that in my sock because I knew that you have to balance your drawer. The drawer has to match. For every check that you bring through your terminal, for every cash that goes out, for every cash that comes in, that drawer, the computer needs to match, balance. 0, 0, can't even be a penny off. It has to match, balance. So I knew that. So me knowing how to add and subtract relatively quickly, I was able to balance out the books. And that particular time I took out the money. Now, that was dead wrong. Thinking about it in retrospect, God damn, that was dead wrong what I did to this lady. But in my mindset at that time, I seen it as a come up, white lady coming in, she could do it, she could afford it. That's in my mind. Like, it wouldn't hurt her regardless of the person's situation and whatnot. I just felt that it wouldn't hurt that person. So I took the money, and she came back at the end of the day, and I knew she was going to come back. And this is why I was always calm, even with dealing with police and things of that nature, violence in the street and whatnot. I was always a calm individual, man, because I always see the outcome. So it's never for me to get upset or out of control, because I need to see the whole entire picture. I need to think calmly so I know what moves I need to make, right? So this lady comes back, she's talking to me like, you didn't give me my money and this, that, and the third. So we're going back and forth. And I'm like, I did. This is the transactions, yada, yada. I'm proving to her that I gave it to her. So I said, hold on. So then we're going to go get the manager. So the manager comes and she's explaining everything to the manager. So the manager goes through. I knew in my mind nothing was going to happen because I balanced the books out right after she had left. So he comes, he's going through all the transactions, going through all the checks. He's going through all my drawers, pull all the money out, count everything individually. He did it twice with him and the assistant manager. They did it twice. They seen that the books was balanced. I said, you could check the cameras. I gave her the money. So if they would have checked the cameras, they would have only seen transactions going back and forth. I don't think they would have caught the fact that I did not give her the money, because where I was positioned at, where the teller was, the camera couldn't see what I was doing, especially on this side because I was by the wall. The way the camera was, you couldn't see this side of me because the wall was right here. So all my transactions was like this down below. So you couldn't see what I was doing. So all you see was just transactions and whatnot. So he told the lady, listen, books balance. I'm sorry, I can't, there's nothing I can do. So she had left. And that was the first incident that, that I did wrongfully on some bullshit, taking this lady's paycheck that could have been all her money. I don't even remember what she had in her account at that time. It was so long ago, man. It was just like 99, 2000, like 20 years ago.